Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on inside to another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. It is your host, Anchorman Processor Sky, here with the latest and greatest in cannabis news stories from across the country and the world, ladies and gentlemen. So good to see you this beautiful Thursday fall morning here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We've got some cannabis news from Germany, from Russia, and also from the federal America this morning. So excited to get on into it. Shout out to all the Roll Gangsters tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. It is so good to see you guys this morning. So excited to wake and bake with you guys because after all, we have awoke. So now we smoke. Good morning to the squad this morning. Everybody tuning in. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties here this morning, but you know how it is. We are about to smoke up some herb and get nice and stony here on this Thursday morning. Talk about some cannabis news. But before I get on into the cannabis news stories this morning, quick shout out to the sponsors of the show because they make it happen for the Roll Gang and make the Weekday Wake and Bake possible. First and foremost, WWnB University, the place to go to claim your stake in this budding industry. WWnB is a great spot in Oakland, California, the first ever cannabis college in the world. Go to WWnB to learn about cannabis horticulture, cannabis culture, cannabis business, you know, whatever it is. If you're trying to claim your stake in this budding industry, WWnB University is the place to go. Use promo code ROLLINGSPOON for 10% off your tuition at WWnB. And yeah, that's not the only thing your cannabis multi-tool is good for. I got my Reefer Ranger spoon here with me this morning. Shout out to the Reefer Rangers. And yeah, let's get on into this cannabis news this morning. So, the first piece of news comes from Germany, and the Germans are legalizing cannabis, ladies and gentlemen. We touched on it a little bit last week during last Canna News Thursday's episode, but Germany has officially announced that they will be legalizing cannabis for recreational consumption countrywide. Roll Gang. I am so proud of Germany for making this happen. I am so confused as to why America is falling behind Germany, but great to see because hopefully we can follow in their footsteps shortly. They are currently waiting on some European Union signatures to final up the legislation for the bill, but very soon in Germany, there will be pot smokers legally. Huge shout out, Germany. The next piece of cannabis news is coming from Russia. Wanted to give an update on Brittany Griner, the professional women's basketball player that's still in jail because she had a cannabis oil cart, and it looks like she is going to be in there for a while longer. Where Germany is really understanding cannabis and moving forward in the industry, Russia, not so much. Right now, Brittany Griner is set to do 14 years in Russian prison. Joe Biden has assured her family that he's doing everything in his power to get her back to America. But shit, Russia doesn't look like they're being lenient at all, which is not good news for Brittany Griner, who's still in prison, has been in prison for months now for consuming cannabis and having cannabis oil in Russia, which is very, very illegal, you know? Don't travel with your weed, Roll Gang, to somewhere that's very illegal. Brittany Griner, she's a women's basketball player, and clearly she's not even immune. So the next piece, it comes from at Detroit, Michigan. Marijuana legislation has officially caused a huge dip of drug raids in Detroit. So in one of the hood cities, shout out Detroit, hometown of a bunch of friends of mine, there has been an enormous drop in drug raids and violent drug crimes in Detroit caused by marijuana legislation. Since cannabis was legalized, Detroit has a, quote, significant dip in drug raids, which I think is pretty obvious, like cannabis calming the people down. Woo! Hope you guys got it lit this morning. What you smoking on? What are you smoking on this morning for your wake and bake? Let me know in the comments on Instagram Live. So great to see everybody tuning in. The next piece of cannabis news comes from Monmouth University. So Monmouth University just did a poll and found out that most Americans, 54% of Americans, think that pot is healthier than alcohol, and a majority, 48% of Americans, think pot is healthier than tobacco. Well, shit, duh. This one's just magic. I mean, alcohol and tobacco, both small versions of poison with I'm not sure if tobacco has a lethal dose, but alcohol does have a lethal dose. Cannabis does not, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that pot is healthier than alcohol is just that. A fact, not an opinion. So, the fact that most Americans believe pot is healthier than alcohol and tobacco just shows that the education is working and that the ball is moving forward in this industry for sure. The last piece of cannabis news here on this Canna News Thursday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake comes from the White House. Joe Biden officially pardons all federal cannabis possession charges. Final. Good on Joe. Joey B officially pardoning all of the cannabis possession charges. Not interested in expunging all of the cannabis sales charges, but for all of the people with a federal possession charge, you can get that slate cleaned. President Joe Biden absolutely changing thousands of lives by pardoning all the federal cannabis possession charges. Shout out Joey B. But also shout out Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college and the place to go to claim your stake in this budding industry. Use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your tuition at Oaksterdam University. Learn about this amazing plant and all of its amazing effects. Also brought to you by the Rolling Spoon itself, helping me to roll a dime every time. But, Roll Gang, I'm a little bit under the weather this morning. I'm going to go and take a nap right now and get back into bed. I absolutely love hopping on and wake and baking with the Roll Gang, but, man, this one, I'm a little bit compromised for sure. But it's so great to see everybody. I will see you tomorrow for Fuck Yeah Friday. It might be the first episode held at 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's either going to be tomorrow or Monday. We're switching it to 9 a.m. so that I can get some more sleep. Because son of a bitch, it has been hard to find. But pleasure session with you guys this morning, just like every weekday morning. And I have got 5 pieces of cannabis news. Germany officially legalizing cannabis. Brittany Griner still fucked in Russian prison. Legislation causing a huge dip in rates in Detroit. Most Americans believing that pot is healthier than alcohol and tobacco. Really big news. And Joe Biden officially pardoning all federal cannabis possession charges. Some great cannabis news this week. Moving the ball forward in this unbelievable industry. It is an absolute pleasure to wake and bake with you guys. I will see you tomorrow morning for Fuck Yeah Friday. Love you so much, Roll Gang.